Most players' careers end quietly. A few bow out gracefully, even fewer go out grand. But none were like Kobe Bryant's final game. There was no playoff seeding at stake, no championship on the line, but still, the beloved Laker put on an absolute show in the most Kobe Bryant way possible. Fearless, inefficient, and bold. Here is the story of Kobe Bryant's final game, a perfect mirror for his career. So, it's Kobe's final season of professional basketball, and the timing makes sense. He's been playing for a long time. He's 37 and starting to show some signs of age. But still, he plays in LA. Surely there's a strong team behind him who can power the Lakers during Kobe's farewell tour. Let's take a look. The first name on the Lakers team sheet is Roy Hibbert. That's a super solid name, but surely he can't be the number one guy, right? Next up is Julius Randle, and what's essentially going to be his rookie season after a brutal leg break in his debut that sidelined him for a year. D'Angelo Russell, a rookie drafted second overall. Brandon Bass. Nick Young with a 33.9 field goal percentage and the remaining scraps of meta world peace. Jordan Clarkson is going to lead the team in minutes played after an electric rookie season last year, but still, he is just a second-year guy. Not an elite scorer you might expect to lead a team with the pedigree of the Los Angeles Lakers. Here's the reality. This Lakers team is not very good. There's no sense of identity, no offensive engine, no defensive scheme. There's certainly potential in some of these guys. Randle, Clarkson, Russell, and promising pieces, but just that. Pieces. The Lakers are coming off a franchise worst season in 2014-15, winning only 21 games. And they're going to finish this year's 2015-16 season with a new franchise worst record, only winning 17 games and losing a whopping 65. A year so bleak, it made the Smush Parker era look rosy in comparison. To make matters worse for Lakers fans, their Californian compatriots to the north, the Golden State Warriors, are building one of the best teams assembled in NBA history, and will finish this regular season an entire 56 games ahead of the Lakers, with 73 wins. But more on them in a later video. So, for Kobe, this may not be the kind of final season where you win the championship and go out draped in glory, and that's okay. But the Staples Center still sold out. Fans still wore number 24. Because the Lakers fans continued to find bright spots in a dismal season, and for them, that was their beloved Kobe Bryant. Kobe was traded to LA on draft night, and ever since he first donned the purple and gold, it's been a perfect fit. As a rookie, still learning how to move in an NBA offense, we saw some of the flashes of what he could be, but nothing too solid yet. The next year, he showed real promise, playing double the amount of minutes as the season prior, and he was named an all-star starter, the youngest to ever do so. You could tell, even in the more limited minutes, that he wasn't afraid of the moment, he wanted it. In the 1998 offseason, the Lakers traded away their guards, Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel, opening the door for Kobe to step into the Lakers' starting position. It was a bet on the future, and a bet on Kobe. A bet that paid off immediately. He averaged 19.9 points in his first year as a starter. The next season, 22.5. The season after, 28.5. And he wasn't just filling the stat sheet. He was compared to Magic Johnson, to Michael Jordan, to really any name that the talking heads could find that felt big enough. Behind the new Lakers coach, Phil Jackson, and his proven elite triangle offense, and also powered by the acquisition of the already dominant Shaquille O'Neal, the Lakers became the commanding force of the National Basketball Association. In 2000, they were the only team to break the 60-win mark, and they shattered it, winning 67 games and then 4 straight rounds of the playoffs. Kobe, Shaq, and the Lakers were crowned NBA champions. Amidst the delirium of the celebration, the basketball world looked up and realized, my goodness, this Kobe kid is only 21. So, the Lakers did it again. In 2001, the Lakers swept through the Western Conference with clinical brutality, losing only 1 game in the entire postseason. The 3rd title in a row in 2002 felt inevitable, and it was, as the Lakers again tore through the regular season and then the playoffs, completing the three-peat and crowning Kobe Bryant as no longer just a promising youngster or a rising star, but a legitimate superstar. The glow of these titles did quickly fade as tension simmered over and power struggles derailed the team, with Shaq departing to Miami. But Kobe stayed in Los Angeles, and the orbit of the city never stopped circling around him. Sure, the Lakers weren't the same dominant force they were at the turn of the millennium, but Kobe didn't slow down. His game was contradictory, and at the same time it made sense. He moved around the court as an elegant and violent force, graceful and punishing. The handle was tight, the footwork polished, the mid-range mechanical. After he helped his team win 2 more titles in 2008 and 2009, this time with a new star big man in Spaniard Paul Gasol, he cemented himself as a legend of the Lakers and of the city of Los Angeles. Altogether, Kobe spent 20 years playing for LA, and during that time, he was an All-Star 18 times, All-NBA 15 times, and an NBA champion 5 times. When people remember basketball from the 2000s, they remember Kobe, and for good reason. He was basketball's obsession and its villain, often at the same time. He wasn't always the best player in the league, but he was the central figure. So, it's perhaps fitting that his final team was the 2015-16 Lakers, a team that was an assembly of misfit parts and was destined for a losing season. So, it could be all about Kobe. He could shoot with abandon, not even concerned that he was posting the worst shooting percentage of his career. The fans didn't care. If they were losing, at least they got to watch their beloved guard hoop. But that's not the complete story of Kobe's career. We have to talk about one more game. By the time the Utah Jazz traveled to LA on April 13th of 2016, we are officially winding down the Kobe farewell tour. It's clear neither team has much to play for, and that's all right. The nearly 20,000 fans in attendance are not here for a meaningful game, they're here for Kobe. This is one of the most surreal professional sporting games that I've ever seen. It's more of a celebration disguised as a competition. The crowd roared every time Kobe touched the ball. His teammates fed him the whole game, and Kobe obliged, shot after shot. It didn't look like it would be a perfect farewell at first. Kobe missed his first 5 attempts. The Lakers didn't even score until 5 minutes into the game, and honestly, it was ugly. Kobe's legs looked heavy and his rhythm off. But 7 minutes into the game, Kobe's first jumper fell, and the adrenaline kicked in. And from that point on, Kobe entered a kind of mythic zone. He kept shooting and found no reason to stop. He took 50 shots that night. 50. He didn't care about shot selection. He just cared about playing the game he wanted to play. It was inefficient and indulgent, and that was fitting, because Kobe's legacy is not that simple. In 2003, he was accused of sexual assault that allegedly occurred during the offseason while Kobe was in Colorado to receive knee surgery. The prosecutors ultimately dropped the criminal case. A civil settlement followed, and a public apology from Kobe, recognizing that while he believed the encounter was consensual, she did not. Over the next years, the controversy in the case cast a shadow on Kobe's career. For many, it permanently affected how they viewed Kobe as a person. And while his off-the-court reputation was changing, his on-the-court basketball persona was as well. The early and mid-2000s was a period of reinvention for Kobe the basketball player, transforming from the invincible prodigy to the leader of a Lakers team still reeling from the disgruntled departure of Shaquille O'Neal. The message was clear. Kobe was no longer the perfect, flawless young star that he used to be, so he became something else. The Black Mamba. A mythical figure who cast a vision of a Mamba mentality that became the belief system for those wanting to work harder, be tougher, and want it more. It was Kobe's gospel at first, but quickly it spread through the athletic world and then to the general public. Kobe's Mamba mentality now pervades Instagram captions, Nike shirts, and pre-game speeches, proliferating the idea of an obsessive and unrelenting hunt for greatness. This mentality drove Kobe to on-the-court eminence. He didn't just want to beat his opponents, he wanted to demoralize them. He had no off switch, just an unapologetic force of basketball. From 2005 to 2007, he averaged over 31 points a game, even amidst a low-scoring era of the NBA. putting up numbers that read like a My Career video game on rookie difficulty. He had 4 straight 50-point games. He averaged 40 points in a single month. Kobe was the Lakers, and everyone knew Kobe was getting the ball. However, throughout his career, there was consistent debate about whether Kobe's play style was the right one. It was a style that frustrated Shaq and earned him jeers that labeled him a ball hog. Kobe didn't care if he made you better. He cared if he made himself better than you. Every Lakers play went through him. It felt like every possession would end in a Kobe shot, for better or sometimes for worse. He could score from anywhere, and did, but it wasn't clear if he was always making his team better. A look back with scrutiny reveals that he was rarely the most valuable player in the association, eclipsed at different points by Shaq, Tim Duncan, and LeBron, that it was questionable if he was the best teammate, and that his off-the-court actions complicate his reputation. Kobe doesn't have a tidy legacy that can be easily summed up, but he remains an iconic figure. We remember Kobe's game on the court like a movie that becomes more and more beloved over time as you forget the rougher edges and you remember the parts that made you laugh or cry. You remember Kobe's clutch game winners, and not the many that he missed. Most now remember Kobe just as a relentless competitor who defined basketball. And I think that's okay. That's just how memories and legacies work. We remember the good parts and forget the bad. Because of that more nuanced legacy, the final game of his career was a fitting one. Against the Jazz in April of 2016, everything that made Kobe, Kobe was on display. The heroic, selfish, fearless basketball player putting on both a ballet of footwork and a thesis on scoring, even if that thesis was probably a few pages too long. He was certainly taking too many shots and hogging the ball. He took almost 60% of the shots for his entire team that day, but no one was mad about it. This was the Kobe Bryant brand of basketball that LA fans fell in love with. Of the 50 shots he took against Utah, he scored 22, totaling an insane 60 points at age 37. And it wasn't just about the number. It was about the way that he did it. Sprinting through the finish line, emptying the clip, refusing to slow down, just like so many games before.
On his final game, Bryant still working, doing work. Kobe underneath, count if it goes. A basket equals a 50-point game. Kobe underneath, he's got 51.
He's just, the crowd is just absolutely out of their minds right now.
Yeah, they are.
Delirium. They're just so happy.
Middle he goes, corner of the key. He's got another one. Bryant on his way. It's a one-point game.
He's so tired he can barely pick his feet up. Look at him. But he continues to wheel himself. Are you kidding me?
The amazing Kobe Bryant.
You've got to be kidding me.
For 3. Lakers will get a chance to take the lead, and look who has the ball. With half a minute to play, Bryant for the lead. Yes! Kobe Bryant gives the Lakers the lead. 2 free throws for 60. A 60-point game for Kobe Bryant.
What a performance. What an exit for number 24. You couldn't have written this.
From coming off the bench as a rookie, to leading the Lakers to win on the biggest stage in the NBA 5 different times. Revered in Los Angeles, beloved by basketball fans, and one of the icons of modern sports. When he passed away in a shocking helicopter crash in January of 2020, it was a massive loss. A father and a sporting figure gone far, far too soon. Most now remember Kobe, the basketball player, as a relentless competitor who defined the sport for over a decade. But we can always hold dear the memories of Kobe, as he electrified basketball for almost 20 straight years, and then capped off an illustrious career with a farewell game that personified the player that he was. 60 points and one final win in the basketball cathedral of the Staples Center. After the game, as the cheers washed over him for one last time wearing the purple and gold, Kobe gave us his goodbye.
Hey, guys, you know, it's, I can't believe how fast 20 years went by. I mean, this is crazy. Thank you guys for all the motivation. Thank you for all the inspiration. You guys will always be in my heart. And I sincerely appreciate it. No words can describe how I feel about you guys. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. God, I love you guys. And Mamba out.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, this is just one video in a series that I'm making about the biggest stories from the year of sports in 2016. You should subscribe here on YouTube to tune in for the rest of it, and I'll see you there.